This first poem is called The Campfire at the End of the World. The looking glass revealed to me across the dying grass, there's a campfire at the end of things at which the last few sat. Encircling an orange glow, you call until I come to pass, a handshake, a drink, then faces in succession fast. A smoking couple and graying corgi running from the past, a mother of young with each in tow, learning simple math. Legs prick out from a flattened tent, the skin is turning black. I feel a pity in this fallen city, the survivors are in lack. A man who had not spoken, a man all on his own, took it to approach me, finally, alone. In a shadowed patch of grass, yes, but grass that's still alive. He asked, "Do you see what it takes, what we do to survive?" I did. I didn't like it. He offered me a seat that could be mine for life, however long I'm beat. A seat around this campfire, sparked by bitter end. I can't. There's too little here. I'll think of you all as friends. I began to gather and pack my things. I'm suddenly stopped short. The mother of three, Carolee, grabbed my arm toward her. There's too little anywhere. It's why we've come to learn to share. If no one takes too much, there will always be enough. Times are tough. The only thing to do is pray. Please, live with us another day. Long and hard, I thought, I'll stay. And soon we began to sing the joys and horrors of the campfire at the end of things. This next one is called Storms to Weather, and it's in two parts. Part 1. In Rhode Island, Providence, me and my sister traveled once, swam a river, hopped a fence, and traveled to Old Providence. Me young, happy, hopeful, tense, my sister in a different sense, silent, plodding, trotting whence we traveled to Old Providence. Swam a river through our course, shortly after spotted horse, in nice weather, better for worse, stripped and swam through downstream force. Onward toward a fork and detoured, through a backyard, hopped a fence, feeling like some big reward, arriving in Old Providence. As storm rolled in, sky stark and gray, turning dark and cold of spray, the wind would whip like guiding hand, trying not to stumble onto concrete where we stand. My sister slips and cries, grappling my thigh, I heave her with a sigh, to stand with me, onward, nigh. In screaming wind we made our way, through streets that had become the fray, to the hotel where we'd stay. Holding close and waddling forth, we had to die a different day. At last, the Biltmore, now the graduate Providence, supposedly haunted and of new sense, it did not matter the weather hence, for found shelter in Old Providence. Part 2. Years later, in more humble scene, the same storm God did intervene, backyard pursuits umbrella screen, protecting the lighting of our weed. The winds pushed hold at the umbrella, nay, in my hands it will not stay. Standing firmer, making sure the makeshift shelter doesn't stray, I think to conquer wind is to stand in a storm's way. And so the joy was lit, and sooner gone by our wet hands. We stumble through the cellar door to couch in warmth and pleasure, because that is the truth of all the storms we choose to bear together. While winds can bully, push around, rustle leaves and feathers, they cannot sweep those off their feet who know how storms are weather. Those who know that storms cannot last forever. My sister says, I've never seen winds like those in Providence. I say, no, never. This next one's called A Simple Moth. Shower till I'm sick of shower, cloth until I'm sick of cloth, smoking out the bedroom window, living as a simple moth. Food until I'm sick of food, water till I need a drop, floating at necessities, guided blindness stop. Living for longevity, existing as a simple moth. Wait until I'm sick of waiting, loth until I'm sick of loth, bed until the golden hour, rotting as a simple moth. And before I read this last poem, I'd just like to say I brought a few transcripts of my chapbook. I only have a few though, so if you'd like one, just let me know. They're free. And this last one's called Morning Trash, the Saturday Before. On Saturday mornings, I drop my wife at the train station, return home to collect 3 trash bags, a pincher, and for this winter, my heavy coat. I leash our corgi Jackson by his throat, pull on my cap, venturing through the morning cold. Morning air, light and fresh, I forget the house in mess. It's 3 blocks to the nearest park, a large field, a t-ball flat, and neon playground. I unleash Jackson and lash a trash bag to open wide. Jackson frolics, prances and do, I pinch the garbage, cigarettes. Jackson does a trick or two, showing me his pirouettes. As 2 bags fill, I come across a face unknown, familiar, crass. A boy who lived not far from us, his face rarely seen beyond reflecting glass. It must have been 8 in the morning, but he puffed on smelly herb. Offered some, I looked around, why not? The aroma did not disturb Jackson as he shook his soggy arse, and water droplets flew. The neighbor boy laughed, high, amused. All to know about the boy was that his sunken eyes belonged to the dead. They looked at everything in the same way, dread. I left him to his walking, footpaths crossing in wet grass. Jackson chased and teased to play. I threw a stick, filled the final bag. I thought of the boy at work, I thought of the boy at dinner. I thought of the boy at night and how his energy seemed thinner. A life force fueled by light would not appear to be as dull as a boy stumbling through the morning cold. What was the issue, I could not say. Never saw him again in light of day. Time to time, on walk or stroll, with Jackson or wife, the boy would stare from his window, blowing smoke or hiding still. He stood perched there each day, leaning on the windowsill. The route became routine, just so Jackson and I could see if the boy would ever leave or stagnate air like a dream. And so by each day and day, the boy appeared, did stay and stay, looking back and forth which way to see the outside day by day. Soon he became just like the rest, a house or bird or mailbox, a stone at rest within the world. To us, he became the vampire. He didn't seem to have a job, a hobby, a friend. Was he at all? That Saturday morning, in imagined stall? Had I hit my head, stumbled or fallen? I did not care to know. If the boy led a life, then a sheltered life he led. So I bide my time, love my loyal wife and pooch, collect my trash on Saturday mornings, and think not of the vampire boy who lives a few streets over. Thank you.